Hey, what is going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today I will show you guys 8 different setups that you can create on your iPhone running iOS 16 and make the lock screen of your iOS 16 device look much different. Now of course the lock screen with iOS 16 has gotten a lot of updates, the widgets on the lock screen, the new live activities, and it's just awesome, and of course it has way more customizing features than before. But still not a lot of people take advantage of these features, so take a look at this video and these 8 setups that you can create very easily on your iPhone running iOS 16. Now here's one very simple one which I suggest everyone does. So when you have a wallpaper on your lock screen, you of course have the chance to change the color of the clock and the time, and of course the widgets as well. Most people will just put a white color or maybe a black color, and it doesn't look that good. What I suggest you do is go ahead and take a look at the wallpaper that you have. In this case I have this wallpaper with this whale here, and all I have to do is go to customize, and from here go to the wallpaper, tap on the clock right there and go to pick a color. Choose the color picker and just go ahead and pick a color from the subject of that wallpaper. Now most wallpapers will have a subject in them that has a certain color, and when you do this and do the same color for the clock and the subject of the wallpaper, it will look way more aesthetic, and you can see how cool this looks. It matches basically the colors, and if you have even widgets here, it will look that much better. Now here's another really cool setup that you can create on your iOS 16's lock screen. So this one is very minimal. Of course you won't have any clock or anything there, you will have just the wallpaper. You can see how nice this looks. Now the way that this basically works, you will have to have a wallpaper that has a certain color right here on the clock and the widgets area, and all you have to do is just match that color. So let's say in this case I have there, it's all black. All I have to do is just go to customize, tap right there on the clock. Of course you can see it's a different color, but all I have to do here is just pick that color. In this case it's black. All I have to do is just choose the black color, and just like that the clock will be hidden. Now in this case on the iPhone 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max, you will have of course the always on display, which again will display the color when it's on the sleep mode, but once you tap the color disappears and all you see there is a beautiful wallpaper. Next up are some really cool wallpapers that work with devices that have the dynamic island, but you can make them work even with devices with a notch, and in this case you can see how cool that looks. You can see that alien spaceship, and you can see right there basically the dynamic island will just blend into the wallpaper, and you can see how cool that looks. Now to make this work, all you have to do is just install this free app called Lock Screen 14. Once you have the app installed, you head on right here to the wallpapers, you go to iPhone 14, and they will have these really cool wallpapers that are all made to work with the dynamic island. You will see a bunch of different wallpapers right here. Really cool ones. There's the one that we just showed there. You can see a lot of them which actually are really interesting. Now the app is free to download, but if you want to get these wallpapers, you will have to watch an ad to actually download a wallpaper. But of course you don't download a ton of wallpapers a day, maybe 1 or 2, so it's not that hard to watch a 30-second ad and you get these awesome wallpapers on your device. Then of course all you have to do is just go ahead, head onto your lock screen, set the wallpaper, and make sure you set it precisely right there on the dynamic island, and you will have this cool looking lock screen on your iPhone. You always want to be able to do more with your iPhone, and a lot of people on the lock screen of iOS 16 have widgets, but they actually don't use the inline widget. A lot of people just neglect that. It's actually pretty useful. Let's say you will have here of course the clock, you have the current day and date, but you can just add maybe another city there or any other widget you want. So if we go here, tap right there, it will still actually show you the day and the date. So if I just add the weather, you can see it still shows the day and the date, but it will also show right there the weather for the city. And then you can see right here you can have maybe your fitness there. You will have all the calories, minutes, walking, the stand-up time and all that, but still have the date there. So make sure you always take a look at this. You will have a bunch of options here from stock apps of Apple, and of course other apps that you might have installed on your device, and you can have something else right there, maybe a second city. So you will have the current time and you will have the time for another city, which is actually pretty useful. Now, one feature of iOS that had been forgotten for a long time now are the widgets that we get on the side here. Now, of course, with the release of home screen widgets with iOS 14, nobody uses those anymore, and they're probably not that useful because you will have the widgets that you need on your home screen. But on the lock screen, you can actually have them here and just swipe like this and you will have the widgets that you need. So you will have a second page there on the lock screen with any of the widgets you need. So here I have mine that I use. I can go ahead and do a YouTube search directly from here, or maybe take a look at the storage of my iPhone, or have the apps here that I use the most, anything you want directly from the lock screen. Now, of course, this is easy to do. All you have to do here is just go ahead and go onto your home screen and head on right here, go to the edit mode, and you will be able to just tap the plus button and add the widgets just like you do with the home screen. And then when you go to your lock screen, all you have to do is just swipe here and you will have all of your widgets. Now, here's another really cool thing that you can do with the side widgets on iOS 16. So when you're on your lock screen, you swipe like this, and there you can see I have some of the apps that I use most frequently and recent apps that I have downloaded on my device. All these suggested by Siri. So you probably know that Siri has a widget for the home screen which displays you the app suggestions from Siri, and if you have multiple of those, the good thing is that it won't show the same apps on both of them or three of them, how many of them you have. So here I have three different ones, and I can just go ahead and anytime from the lock screen just swipe like this to go to any app I want and just open any app directly from the lock screen. You can see right here I have 8, 16, 24 apps, and I can have even more, 32 maybe, of my most useful apps, and I have them right here, and just go ahead and open them anytime I want quickly from the lock screen. Now, this is one of my favorite apps when it comes to live activities on the lock screen because it's very useful. Now, it only allows you to open apps that you want directly from the lock screen, but you will also have toggles for your settings like location services, Wi-Fi, cellular data, hotspot, or Bluetooth, and it has even more. So you need to go to your Bluetooth settings, just tap right here, takes you to your Bluetooth settings without having to actually go and search through the settings app. Now, this is super cool and it works really well and pretty easy to set up. All you have to do is install this free app, which of course will be linked right down below in the description of the video. Once you have the app installed, you go here, you will have a list of apps here. Of course, you can edit them. If you want to remove any of the apps, you can delete them here. You can rearrange them any way you want. You can tap add action here. You can even have websites or your shortcuts or set custom shortcuts from here. Or if you go to featured, you can tap right here. We'll have system settings, Apple apps, hot apps, VPN tools, and all that. So if we go to system settings, you can see all the different settings that you can add to your lock screen and have access directly from the lock screen to some of your most useful, of course, settings and apps that you need to have here. And last but not least, I will show you guys how to create this amazing setup on the lock screen of your iOS 16 device. Now you can see how cool and how different this looks. Now you can have this setup or maybe even this one, and they look really awesome. They will make your lock screen look really different. Now, to do this, you will need an app which will allow you to modify your wallpapers. Now let's go into the app here. So here we have the app. It's called Morphic, and the app is actually on the App Store. It is a paid app, so you will have to pay like $1.99 for it, but it's pretty awesome and it works really well. Now, the way the app works, once you open it, you go to the second page right here, and you can add a border here for your widgets. Now, this is the first one, which allows you to add a gradient like border right there for your widget. So first of all, you tap here to load the wallpaper that you want. And once you have loaded the wallpaper, now you can go ahead and pick the colors that you want to use here. And then of course set the height, the position, and all that. Once you're done with that, you can tap apply and it will save the wallpaper into your camera roll. Or you can swipe from here and go to this other one, which again will allow you to create these amazing wallpapers. And you could see that setup that I just showed you guys. So basically you choose here color. This one is not with a gradient color, it's just one color. So you pick any color you want. In this case, I would pick white if you want to create that exact setup that I showed you guys. And a wallpaper that actually has like a black space right there or any other solid color, because that allows to hide actually the clock and have something else here like a widget or something. So let me show you how this works. So basically pick a white color and you can go ahead and change the position to here, so at the half of the wallpaper, and make sure you also remove the height. So the height will be around here. Make sure you make it a bit thinner, and then set the corner radius all the way here. Tap apply. Once you have done that, you will have the wallpaper saved. Now let's head on to the lock screen. Once you go to the lock screen, load the wallpaper, and all you have to do now is position it as your widget here. So it's interestingly, I don't know if this will be on every device, but on the iPhone 14 Pro Max here, when I place it precisely like this, it actually drops the wallpaper a bit down. So you will have to do something like this here. So just place the wallpaper a bit up. So when you tap done right there, it will bring it down, and you will have now it set up perfectly, and you can see how good this looks, and it looks actually really different. Now you can see in this case on the 14 Pro Max, when it goes to the sleep mode on the always on display, it displays the clock. Once I wake it up, all we have here is this really nice like widget right there with the background of the wallpaper that makes it look really different. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more. You will find all the links you need right down below in the description of the video. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.